And it was right before the Olympiad, like a month before, so the event I used as a warm-up. And there was a position that was very interesting on the topic I want to talk about. So what I chose was what I said the title was sacrificing material. And I know a lot of you are familiar with sacrifices. There's polymorphy sacrifices, there's the Greek gift, position take h7 check. That's not quite the sacrifices, the kind of sacrifice I want to talk about. The kind of sacrifices I want to talk to you about they're not like clear, there's nothing immediate after you sacrifice the material. It's sort of more long-term compensation. And the idea, what I really want people to take away from this lecture is that grabbing material is not always your best option. In fact, it can often be a big mistake, even though it's very natural to grab a free piece or grab a free pawn. And vice versa, we may hesitate to sacrifice material, even though it's our best option. But we sometimes want to hold on to material because it feels like a safe way. We just grab material, get to the end game and win, but it's very dangerous. And so, yeah, I learned about this topic last year, and that helped me a lot. And in particular, it helped me win 3 games at the Olympiad, which I'm going to talk about. But to get things started, I wanted to give a puzzle for the audience. So I'm just going to get to the position that I wanted to get to. And, well, I'll mention here, so he's already sacrificed a pawn. So my opponent, who's lower rated than me, was still playing very active chess. He wasn't afraid to sacrifice, he already sacrificed 1 pawn, and now he's willingly sacrificing the exchange, which is, shows that he doesn't have an unhealthy attachment to material. So he's already showing that. I took the piece, I took the exchange. Bishop c4, queen f3. Okay, so now I'm also showing that I'm not too fixated on keeping the exchange, because here I'm up an exchange in a pawn, and I could have tried to find a way to hold on to it, but queen f3, hitting the rook, and I'm okay with that. To be fair, for example, if he exchanges queens and takes, yeah, I can't actually do that. It's not the one. Anyway, that's fine. He didn't actually take the exchange. He played queen d2, but what I wanted to say was if he took the queen and he took the rook, I'm still up a pawn at the end, so I'm actually still up material. So this is a position, very critical position in the game, and I want you to take a couple minutes. Just tell me what possible moves White has here. Yeah, just shut them up.
Why does it look like the queen could have moved to g5?
Sorry, what was that?
Why does it look like the queen could have moved to g5?
No, she took hit that screen.
They moved from there.
Yeah.
Moved from G5.
It moved, it moved from g5. Are you asking why it's going back to g5? Or?
I'm asking why the purple squares on g5 and g3.
Yeah, sorry, I think that's my fault, because I tried to make the move.
That's moves. The last move was queen g3.
Maybe refresh the page. Yeah, I'm going to try to refresh the page.
It doesn't matter.
Just want to make sure that the move.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
So make sure the engine's off, and did you set it to analysis board when you first set it up?
Sorry, that's a good question. I have it here. Okay. Great. Let's see. Okay. So he played queen d2. What other effects? What other moves for white? Possible. Yep.
93.
Okay, 93 is one move. Let me think about that. 93, and if, I'm wondering if there's some bishop e5 ideas possibly. queen h4. So knight e3 is one move. I'm not saying it's so in a complicated position like this. There's a notion of candidate moves, which is try to think of all. Yeah, just try to widen your search. Yeah.
My first instinct is rook AC.
Rook AC1. Yeah, that's probably the most natural move because your knight and the rook are both hanging, and rook AC1 is protects both. Does anyone see what black can do to counter that after rook AC1? Yeah.
Bishop B2.
Bishop B2 is an interesting move. Maybe then rook FD1. The queen C1. Yeah, that's interesting. Bishop B2. Actually, we see how the position's a huge mess. It's very, very complicated. Rook AC1, Bishop B2. Rook where?
D1.
After Bishop B2?
Yeah.
Which rook?
FD1.
Yeah, I was wondering if there's Queen C1 or Bishop C1.
Oh.
Rook D2, Bishop D2, or.
Bishop C1.
Oh wait, we are already up in exchange, so that would leave us with. Wait, what? Yeah, that's just very good. We would have three. Oh, it would be a rook and a bishop for a queen, which is good for white. Right? Okay, sorry. Yeah, so rook ED1 looks like a pretty good idea there. Sorry, there's another move for black, which is what I had in mind. Which is knight f4. Rook AC1, knight f4, and oh wait, if it's analysis board, I guess I can move now. See if that works. Okay, right. So the move I had in mind was knight f4. And the point is that bishop e6, there's knight e2 check.
Yeah, that's
And then what we were discussing was bishop e2 for e1. And I initially thought we can try to do something like this, but I forgot that black's already down in exchange, so white's up pretty good material here, doing for a rook and a bishop, for queen and a pawn. Yeah, any other candidate moves here for white? I didn't find the move, by the way. I wish I did. You can see the time situation. I believe we would get additional time at move 40. 27:55. Any other suggestions? You would just shout them out. It doesn't even have to be a good move. Like, okay, maybe not hang the queen. That's maybe too much material, but maybe some moves that can give up material. Yeah.
Bishop D5.
Bishop D5?
Yeah.
Interesting. Bishop takes D5. Very good for that one. Maybe rook D5?
Okay, knight E3.
Knight where?
Knight E3 attacking the rook.
Well, you use the.
The knight on D5 is hanging, right?
No, your rook is hanging.
And the knight down.
The rook,
Oh, sorry,
the rook
which-
takes a knight.
Oh, sorry, were you saying, so you were saying bishop D5?
Rook takes b5, knight e3, rook takes knight.
Did you say knight A3 or E3? If you said E3, then yeah,
Rook
this
takes knight.
What knight?
yeah, if knight A3, then yeah, then the exchange.
Bishop just takes.
And then you can't even take back if you want.
Oh.
That's amazing.
That's just.
Yeah, any other moves here? Yep.
Knight A3 right away.
Which knight?
Knight C.
Knight C2 to A3, and then bishop takes A1? Oh yeah, so then there's at least not the, then there's at least not the,
No. Knight C6.
but then we have the similar knight f4, and it looks kind of scary. Do you agree? But yeah, it's bishop c4 is a threat, knight e2 is a threat, queen e1 is now a threat.
And then I still have a knight.
Yeah. So I still haven't heard.
Yeah, I think. Wait.
Yeah, and the funny thing, anyway, any ideas? Or the funny thing is, I didn't know. I don't think either of us knew the move until after the game. And yeah, it's anyone? Pawn to F3. I like that. You're leaving pieces hanging, which I like. In this case, so if I take on A1, what's your idea? Or I can maybe even take, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was interesting because you didn't even bother moving the knight, which I like. I like that you didn't do that.
Were you looking for a move for black or white?
For white.
For white?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if this is a good move. What about knight d4?
Knight? Which knight? Yeah. Yeah, that gives a piece. So I shouldn't have said that just for like that's not sorry. You should know a move is good before you play it. We don't want to make a move and guess. Okay, so your idea is to play takes. Yes, interesting.
Yeah.
But then there's knight c2, knight e2.
Yeah, there's knight e2 check, and I think.
Knight e2 and they get
And what's the situation here? Where yeah, we have two pieces for the rook, which is pretty decent for black. Okay, so this is the position in the game. So identifying the move. Let me check how much time I took here before I made the move that wasn't the best.
How about rook e1? So queen takes knight, rook e2, and the queen's trapped.
There we go. Dale with Dale finally Dale got it. Yeah. So the point is you just chop the queen. The queen has no squares, and yeah, I think it's a very nice example that shows that, and he didn't see it either because he assumed that I'm going to have to move the knight. And I think actually I played knight e3 in the game. Yeah, that's actually the move I played. But e1 would have been, it's not even a long variation. It's a two move variation. And the funny thing was I didn't actually see when I played queen g3 when I went for his knight. I didn't even see queen g2. I expected him to play queen h6, which is actually the best move. So I didn't see queen d2. So that kind of shows that intuitively, I didn't actually think the queen can just. It's very rare for the queen to come into the enemy camp on second rank. There's a lot of pieces, so that should kind of set up alarm bells that there could be a queen trap. But maybe the harder part was just realizing I can just I don't even have to move the knight. The knight is, material that's immune. So that's kind of the idea, which is that we have like an instinct, like human nature is to protect material, move it without thinking, like protect material or grab material and then think. Actually, the point that I want to get across today is it can be dangerous to have that mindset.
Can he interject bishop after rook e1?
Yeah.
Can he interject bishop e5?
Yeah, so if you play bishop e5,
Trying to set up a position where we don't get trapped. I'm not sure if there's a way.
but I think it's still the same shot. You still get shot the same way.
Do we have another move after queen though? Like another way to hit the queen? I don't think so. Right?
Yeah, if you try something like this, I guess I could take the pawn.
Okay, yeah. No, I just thought
Now the bishop comes.
Bishop f5, okay. So maybe, that's a good question.
Well, bishop f5 is not an issue because he played queen f3. And after he takes the knight, then the other knight's on 3.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe, but yeah, now you
sacrifice.
Yeah, now you have two pawns. I mean, yeah, it's not. I'm not saying that white. Oh, I know white better because the computer does that, but yeah, it's a good question. White, black can interject. The computer will tell us exactly how white wins. But I think the main point is just that we saw how difficult it was to even come up with this move. I didn't even, I didn't consider I can just not move the knight. So I spent quite, I spent like 5 minutes here, and I sort of, I didn't even look for it. And the thing is, it's not easy to remember this during the game because you don't get moments like this often, and it's just difficult to fix. But if we are able to keep it in mind, it can win us points, which is what I'll talk about next time. How I use it properly. Yeah, you have a question?
Yeah, I was wondering in the line K1, what about the move that was known as the knight f4 move?
So knight f4 here, the rook is protecting e2. So I think we could.
You just hack off the bishop.
Sorry, what was that?
You can just take the bishop.
Yeah, you could take the bishop. So you have to probably take the pawn. Because, I guess if you try to do something like this, always do that probably.
And then there's queen check. Oh, you get queen c7. Queen c7.
Yeah, or and then if you take with the pawn, good question. What happens here? I guess you can just take it here, and then maybe.
You have a 5 pawn.
Yeah, I mean 93 queen.
You have 5 pawn.
You're also hanging your b5.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm hanging over the side. Okay. So if fe6. See how I immediately took the pawn? I didn't even think. I just took the pawn because I saw a free pawn. I should probably consider a move like 33. And do the exchange, but now it's I'm up a pawn and the pawn structure is really bad.
Queen c7.
Queen c7, queen b5.
Oh, b5.
Yeah, that's why I already blundered that earlier. But knight c7, bishop b5. Okay, maybe a4 to protect. And yeah, this should be much better for white eventually winning. That's a good question, thanks. So here we see an example of where it cost me half a point, and actually later in the game I almost had the chance to lose. And there was also a material concept there even in the end game. But yeah, maybe we'll move on to the main examples, which were this one. To give the context for this game, I had the black pieces, so this was my first ever Olympiad as a player. This is in 2024 in Budapest. I was the captain of the Canadian women's team in 2022 in Chennai. I'm really thankful I got that opportunity. CFC asked me to do it. I was taking a sabbatical 1 year off from work to focus on chess and travel, and so I had the time to do it. So going to the Chess Olympiad was an amazing experience. It's kind of like it's just a big spectacle. You have 180 plus countries. They send their best chess players, and you see all the stars. So that's the first time I saw Magnus Carlsen in person playing a game. That was pretty amazing. All the chess stars were there, and so that really motivated me to want to qualify for the Canadian team next year. And I did that by winning the Canadian zonal last year. So I was the 2024 Canadian champion, and because of that, I got a spot on the team. So the captain Victor Plotkin put me on board 3. So this was round 3, and how the Olympiad works is each match the country we played 4 against 4, and you have to score 2.5 to win the match. So in this game I was board 3 playing the Czech Republic board 3, and I won my first round against a much lower rated player. I didn't play the match against Norway, and now in round 3, this is kind of like my first real test. I'm playing a much higher rated GM, and the team needs you. So I need to at least score a draw. I mean, a draw would be good. Win with black is pretty difficult. And generally in team events, the idea is you kind of want to pressure on white, on the two white boards, and then if black draws, you want to hope for a win on one of the boards you have white. So, like Victor is like a statistician, and he's a very good captain. So I think he was telling us that it's very unlikely that's going to be 4 draws, and basically that if we kind of play too conservatively, too safe, it's likely that they're much higher rated than us, so they're expected to win a game on one board, at least one game. So we can't really think that we're going to just draw all 4 games. So he kind of gave us the mindset that, you know, if you have a chance, just go for it. So that's kind of helped me play as aggressively as I did in this game. So yeah, my opponent's a Grandmaster, grade 2574. I'm going really fast reopening, just to get to the court moment. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to hide this. And yeah, so starting with this move, that kind of showed the mindset, because black is worse here. I have the isolated pawn. The knight on d4 is very good. His position is completely safe. But I thought I needed to complicate the game, so I wanted to start with the pawn on a3. There's I have some ideas with d5, d4. So I played this move queen a6, and also it you know, sometimes creates some ideas where rook takes d4, and yeah, so it creates a chance of.
I didn't understand rook e2 anyways, because it doesn't double or triple anywhere, but it does weaken his back rank just a little bit.
Yeah.
So it didn't make sense to me what he's trying to achieve with it.
Yeah, I was surprised by that move. It's a good question. But I think the computer actually liked it. What he's trying to achieve, I think he wanted to just overprotect this pawn at c2, because all my pieces are lined up against it. But yeah, I felt like that move was kind of a bit loose, which is why I played queen a6. And yeah, I go for b5, h4, and yeah, I like this move because I think the computer actually says f6 is the best move, but then at the very least, you could trade queens, or you know, I'm gonna be sort of groveling for a draw, or maybe take. I'm not sure what's better, but I didn't want to trade queens. I wanted to keep the game complicated. And if I play something like b4, the point is he plays h5, bishop h7, and this is checkmate. So I like this move. I play king h8. Yeah, I like this move king h8, which is just now if he does the same thing, I have bishop g8. So this is actually the critical moment. This is the moment I wanted to get to. So the situation, I have 13 minutes, he had 27 minutes. We do get additional time at move 40. And to just describe the match situation, they had David Navarro on board 1, who's like a big chess star. And he played what some people called the most brilliant game at the Olympiad. And I think he basically prepared the whole game. He beat Sean Rodrigo Lemieux. And yeah, it was pretty spectacular. You know, if you have a chance to check it out, just some very deep preparation in the caro-kann advanced variation. But he won on board 1 and white. So that happened pretty quickly. So there were 3 boards left. And board 2, we had white, and that was kind of an evenish game. It made me to draw, but Roger Panjani was playing Czech Republic number 2, who was a very strong player, and maybe I think at some point Roger was worse, but there were chances that he could maybe draw. Razvan on board 4, I think he played a really good game. I think it was pretty clear that he was probably going to win. So it looked like it was going to be 1-1, and then these two middle boards were kind of very critical. So yeah, so that kind of describes the match situation. They were up 1-0 at this point for sure. It wasn't like it was looking not great for us. So yeah, I realized I should try to, in this complicated position, I should try to find a way to maybe create a winning chance. So we got a pretty messy position. I'll ask you what you think White should play. What are some moves that come to mind? Yeah.
Queen D7.
Queen where?
E7.
E7. Okay. So that's one move. What's your idea?
To exactly the pawn on the 7th rank.
Sorry, which pawns?
The F7.
Okay. Is that the only idea, or yeah, but because I guess what I want to say is maybe are you thinking, because Black's idea is to play B4. Did you consider that, or?
It just felt right.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. You felt right. Okay. Since we
I like B4 anyways, because we can swing the rook to A4 if he takes, right?
So it's B4, AB4.
Oh, sorry, we have to take it first and then swing it.
How do you take it?
Okay, so if Black plays B4, you mean?
So we're saying if Queen E7, B4.
Okay, so we're on that. Sorry, we're on that line. Never mind.
AB4.
I just like B4 immediately.
Any other suggestions? Yep.
Just a question, how would they guard that? How would they successfully guard that without giving their position? Like, how would they guard the F7 pawn?
So I'm playing Black, and you're saying, so you like Queen E7 as well?
I just don't see how they would guard it.
They could play rook to C7 if they wanted to.
Okay, so I'll in the interest of time, I'll go forward. He actually played Queen E7. And the funny thing is, the computer calls it a blunder. Double question mark. That's pretty harsh. During the game, I didn't think that this was a blunder. Computers are so strong that a move like Queen E7, which we all agreed was kind of pretty logical, stops B4. You're playing F7 pawn. The computers are so strong. But I was happy to see it because I was really worried about G. I thought G5 was the strongest, and it is because it's a attack. And it's a race. I'm trying to attack the queen side, he's trying to attack the king side. And you want to, every tempo matters. So G5 would have been the best bet. And I think I was planning to play something like this. And there are ways that he can
A6
play against this. For example, Rook G2 is one idea. But these aren't simple moves at all, especially, it's a tense match, and the game was already very complicated, so, we may be running low on energy. So he played Queen E7. And now I asked the question, what's Black play? And this time I did find the best move. Yeah?
I feel like it's a sacrifice on C2.
On C2? Okay.
Yeah.
What's happening? And so that's the other thing. So when I first learned about this concept, my instinct was also, it's a superpower. I can just always sacrifice material, but we don't want to go drastic. So usually those exchange sacrifices or pawn sacrifices, I think Ivan Sokolov calls it a minor sacrifice. He's a grandmaster that writes a lot of books. But minor sacrifice would be confusing because we're talking about minor pieces. But yeah, he talks about how Magnus Carlsen. He wrote a book about Magnus Carlsen. Magnus Carlsen's playing the middle game. I think the first chapter is about minor sacrifices. He said that Magnus likes to use a minor sacrifice, like a pawn or an exchange, to get the initiative. So think more in terms of we don't have to be. It's not like Mikhail Tal like sacrifices. It's more it's like a pawn or an exchange. Yeah. There, yeah. Queen B6. Queen to B6. Yeah. That's an interesting move. Yeah, consider this one. B6. but I do know the computer will not like this move. The move I played was sort of the best.
Oh, what
I
if
see.
it's
Yeah, you actually just showed out. Sorry, I may not always. Sorry, maybe not showing us a good idea. Yeah.
What about instead of queen b6, b4?
And then we talked about a b4.
Then how about rook b4?
So you're saying b4, a b4, and then b4, a b4, and then
Rook d4.
and then rook d4.
Yeah.
Well, like the queen's protecting the rook. So, but queen b6 is an interesting move. I'm trying to think what I could play. I'm wondering if knight f5 is even a move.
I just thought bishop takes.
Yeah, you can play bishop. You may even be able to play
b4 also.
b4, queen f7. Yeah, bishop f5, g5, and b4, and maybe b3. I don't know. Take. Okay, that's an interesting move actually. Six. Okay, maybe I'll. Yeah, I don't want to keep people too late. Yeah, how are we doing for time? People have to go because I know we were supposed to start at 7:45. Yeah, I also I don't want to skip over questions, but I also just want to get to the core content. So maybe we can come back to this. It's not a it's not a bad move. No, oh, me? No.
Maybe g5?
G5 rook d4?
Afterwards? d10 h6?
Pardon?
d10 h6?
G5 rook d4 h6. Rook d2? Rook d2. HG? And maybe in king g8.
You have to do something now.
Sorry, I don't know. I think it's a fan. I'm having trouble hearing. So if you guys could speak a bit louder, that'll help. Yeah, what was that?
I said you have to correct your knight. Like you can't, right? Because
Yeah.
it's attacked.
Okay,
Like something like queen e3. I don't know.
Let me use my engine.
I don't know if queen e3 is a good move. It's the first one that comes to mind.
I can't come with that. Okay, so queen b6 is the second best move. It's a pretty. I like the move. If you're attacking the piece, computer saying queen d7 is, but you know it's not like so queen d7 and then I'm not. It's not like white's winning and the position complicated, but you know the computer evaluates the position as 0.9 after queen d7, plus 0.9 for white. Where after my moves, I actually played d4. I achieved equalized the game. And the point is, after ad4, actually I combined your idea. I played queen d6, and now I'm hitting the knight, and then I pick up the pawn again. Sorry, yeah, your idea, queen b6. So yeah, queen b6 is thinking in the right direction, but the move order matters. So b4 is very important. I think he missed it. He probably thought queen e7 was. And I got the sense of how he was playing with the rook e2 stuff. He seemed to be like a very prophylactic player. Wanted to keep things very solid, positional. Like he didn't go for the g5. So I played b4 anyway. So yeah, he spent. You see the time situation. 23 minutes, spent 6 minutes. Now queen f7. What can we play as black here? Any ideas? We'll go over this perfectly. This is that was sort of the key moment actually. Queen 7, but yeah. Any suggestions? Just shove them up. It's like blitz game. Yeah.
Bishop g8.
Bishop g8. Rook. What's Bishop g8. If I play queen e7. Yeah. I'll go over it quickly. So the thing I wanted to say was, did anyone look at rook takes d4?
Rook takes d4, rook check,
Rook d4,
bishop
d3.
g8.
Yeah. So actually, rook d4 doesn't work because of rook e8 check.
Yeah, and then bishop g8.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
so it doesn't work on that move. So I played the pre-national B3, and he played B3. What can white play? Black play here. Yeah, you said sacrifice for it?
I was gonna say you punch the pawn, like A2.
A2, king A1?
But now is there not a mate on B2 coming up with the same line, rook takes there, and then after rook takes rook, queen take, and then there's queen C3 and queen
so I was very excited when he played B3. Like I told you, I described the match situation. I felt like this was like my first,
You try to get this
So yeah, Dale got it. He said now the line works. So I was, like I'm very happy already that G5 was in place. But the game still felt very complicated. But I felt, optimistic here. And when he played B3, I had 10 minutes, and I spent 2 minutes here just double checking that I'm not, because he had no sense of danger here, right? And he's a GM. And I want to respect that and make sure that I'm not missing something. And eventually I just realized, it's a blunder. And I played rook d4. And he still didn't realize that he played check. Takes down bishop g8. And then here he realized what happened, that he was about to lose. And he actually did, he reacted visibly. He sort of, put his face down. Very, very upset because that's what tends to matches. Because in a normal, we all don't like to lose in the normal game, but in the team events, not just any team event, the Olympiad, when you're playing for your country, there's a lot of expectation, especially for them because they were a really high-ranked team. I think maybe they were ranked 12th. We were ranked 50th, so it's they do not want to lose to Canada at the Olympiad, especially because Eric Hansen wasn't playing, so we were not a strong team. Oh, sorry, I didn't explain the line. Yeah, so the point is, if he resigned here.
I was looking. Oh, I was looking at that.
He resigned actually after rook d4 when I played rook d4, but the point is now there's the mate. Yeah, very nice mate. And remember, I showed a couple of people after I won the game at the Olympiad, and it doesn't register right away. It's kind of an unusual tactic, especially because a rook on d4 gets in the way. He can't even play queen e5. And I was super pumped. I was very excited. I think I got up from the board, and when I saw his face, when I realized that he understood he lost, I just kind of turned my back and just kind of did a fist pump. And it was really an amazing moment. I beat another GM, and that's we'll talk about that game too. I played 5 GMs in total. I beat 2, drew 1, and I lost to 2. But this is my highest rated win. And what happened was when I won the game, Razvan, who was board 4, told me later that their board 2 kind of got upset. Me winning on this game affects them because it puts pressure on them, and you can't play as calmly. So eventually, Razvan won, and then Raja drew. So we won the match 2.5 to 1.5, and it definitely took put people on notice. And it's a very proud moment. And going back to the theme of the lecture, this was a critical moment. If he plays g5, you're actually, again, we got to take evaluations from the computer with a grain of salt. I think it says it's +2 or +3. Materials equal. It's not like I'm down a piece, which is what I would think +3. But white's firmly in the
relatively
driver's
little time though as well, right?
Alright.
Relatively little time for both players as well.
So time taken. I mean, not it's 26. He had 27 minutes.
Not that much. Okay.
Yeah, I had less time, 13 minutes. But now we can check what move this was. This is move 26. So we had 14 moves until move 40 when we were getting an additional 30 minutes. But this was a critical moment of the game where he spent only 3 minutes, which is really surprising. G5 has to be considered because, like you said, we just discussed people like 27, but I guess the idea was everyone liked it because they're going after weak at 7 pawns. But the point is, the pawn's not important. And actually put 2 pawns on pawn 3. So we see again how this time I correctly was not worried about, I didn't try to defend the pawn somehow. Okay, so the next example.
That just shows that my distrust of his move rook e2 was correct about 10 moves later. It just felt wrong. Like just.
But like, if he played g5, he would have been better. Like, very, he had a good position. So,
but I mean, he abandoned the back rank and just hypothetically that feels dangerous, and that
check.
Cost him the game, right?
Yeah, I agree. I didn't like the move, but I don't think. That's funny. Queen e7 here. Let's see if rook e2. Yeah, it doesn't really change the evaluation. 0.7, 0.6. It's you're. Yeah, I think the correct thing would have been to try to trade queens and just play down game. I think it would have suited his style as well.
Let's just say it opens the doors to oopsies like what happened, right?
Yeah, although queen a6 is not really an obvious move, I guess. I mean, queen b6 is also kind of natural to play for rook c3. But maybe he didn't think about. Yeah, I mean, I was pretty proud of this move too. It's not objectively that good. I mean, the computer would try to play very defensively, but I think from a human, practical point of view, it was a good idea to go for this counterplay. All right, so 2 more examples. Hopefully, get through quick. So this was against Turkmenistan. This was in the second half of the event. So what happened with me was, because I won this game with black, and then I drew the next game with black against Greece, I guess I became like a specialist with black, and then I got put on black 2 more games. So I started Olympiad playing my first 5 games with black. And I think Razvan played the first 5 games with white, and it was good, because he was winning a lot, and I was kind of holding my own. But at some point, it's really difficult on both sides, because we don't always want to win on demand with white. So that's a lot of pressure, and then as black, you're just always defending. And later on, I would just kind of be overly aggressive with black, and that put me in a bad position. So I told Victor, I think it's good if I get some white position, some games with white, and it was that definitely helped me because this was round 7. So, no, sorry, this is not round 7. This is my 7th game, but this was this must have been around 9. Yeah, this is around 9. So I had won the previous game against New Zealand with white, and now I got a second white in a row, and that's kind of the context. Okay, so I'll get to the game. The Turkmenistan is a lower-rated team, but this is kind of one of our toughest matches because all 4 games were happening, but all 4 games looked pretty equal, and it was a Sveshnikov, and then we get to this position. Okay, this is a critical moment, and what can white play here? So this is exactly the kind of sacrifices that I wanted to discuss, which is there's nothing crazy going on. I'm not gonna like the first 2 examples is very kind of pretty dynamic, but this is a very static position. And is there a way that I can try to kind of change the course of the game? Because right now black is doing very well. They have control over the dark squares. They have a nice outpost on e5 for the knight. My knight on c2 isn't very good. My bishop doesn't really have a good future. I'm not like losing or anything. Maybe I'm slightly worse, but not the kind of position I wanted with white. Because, like I said, at the Olympiad, at white, you're sort of expected to put pressure and win the game, or at least try to win. This is a pretty advanced. Maybe I'll just Any ideas? Very advanced. I'll just go through this one quickly. So I played bishop h5, and we see a time situation. I didn't manage my time very well, 19 minutes, and he had 46 minutes. But I was pretty happy to find bishop h5. I took 3 minutes to find it. Maybe I had this idea in mind. Yeah, I think when I played f4, I spent 16 minutes. Yeah, and I played all these moves pretty quickly. Okay, no, here I took the rook. Okay, maybe here I was probably considering, oh right, I was actually considering c5, which is interesting. So I still had a healthy view of, trying to sacrifice material. And I think c5 was actually the best move. But I didn't see the follow-up, which is something very strange. I forget exactly what it was. I think it was 93 maybe, to take away the f5 square before you play d6. Anyway, that wasn't the main moment I wanted to talk about, but that was kind of why I spent a lot of time here. I was considering c5, but in the end I went for this. But yeah, I think here, I spent 3 minutes, I played bishop h5. Now, the point is, if I trade the bishop for the knight, that's pretty good. So say he plays, I don't know, say queen d8. Then I'm just going to take, say he takes here, I play knight e3 or d4, and yeah, basically trading the bishop for the knight is a good trade for me, because the knight is better than the bishop, and I weaken the construct here. So the question is, what happens after knight e5? Pardon? Okay, d5, and then?
Oh, wait, no, this one.
Yeah, the pawn protected. This one's, and actually, I would say this is one of my, I was really proud of this game, because I beat higher rated players, but I felt like this was where I played very fearless chess. I very strongly believed in, I think I showed a lot of, I guess, understanding.
So you're saying he did play 95 or not?
Yeah, he did play 95.
Okay.
But what I wanted to say was, he took a lot of time, so we see 47 minutes, and look how much time he took on 95. He spent 30 minutes there. So
something was worrying.
Something was worrying him. What was worrying him here? Yeah.
I believe rook e5.
Yeah. D.
Rook e5.
Yeah. D takes d5.
Like
D6.
D6. Yeah, exactly. So that was the idea. So this is like pure material exchange. Like no pawns, no compensation, or immediate compensation. What I'm really doing is I'm trading a rook for a knight, but I do get a passed pawn. But it's not. I'm not getting a pawn. I'm just getting some dynamic chances. But I was really happy that he took all that time, because it actually shows how good of a player he is, right? Because I'm saying that this is a very advanced concept, and he's rated 2181, but a lot of these countries and players are underrated. So they were a very strong team, and I think they even finished higher than us at the end. By tiebreak, maybe we finished with the same number of match points. Or yeah, I think that's what happened. But they were very strong, and because I won this game, we managed to win the match, or tie the match 2-2. And I mentioned Victor Plotkin. Sorry, do people know who Victor Plotkin is? Have you heard his name? Okay. Yeah, he was a captain for the Canadian national team for 6 Olympiads, starting in 2012, I think. 12, 14, 16, 18, 22 and 23. Right, and he actually retired. So he's had 6 Olympiads as well, and he retired. But one thing he's very proud of was, in his time, Canada never lost to a lower-rated team, which is pretty impressive, because the Czech Republic, we beat the Czech Republic, we beat Greece. So we would upset teams, but we never in his 6 Olympiads, in 66 matches, his team never lost to a lower-rated team. But if I didn't win this game, or if someone else, if Roger didn't win his game, he would have lost as legacy. So I think he's very happy to retire with that, and yeah, he's very thankful to me and Roger for winning our game. But
I played him in Banff actually.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
And I had a really good Shvaznikov actually, as black, but he eventually beat me. And the problem was, I played that one good game against him, and suddenly he started watching all my other games after the first round, but I started playing horribly, and I was wishing he would just quit looking, right?
Yeah, that's pressure. Oh, I mean, a funny story. So Magnus Carlsen, I think he was watching our game, because we split with Norway, but Magnus didn't play that match. But yeah, I mean, he has connection to Canada. He visited Toronto a couple of times. But when we played Iran, Norway was playing next to us, and so basically I would be here, and his table was there. So Magnus would be looking at my game. I would see like Magnus just looking at my game, and yeah, at some point I actually blundered her rook ending because he was there. Like, he kind of threw me off a bit.
Yeah, it's like Magnus has already seen everything, and you're still trying to figure out what to do, right?
Yeah, and you kind of want to, like, I don't know, prove that you're a good player, but yeah, it was dumb. I mean, I'm not gonna blame that, but I mean, it was cool. I'm very, it was a cool experience. Yeah. So anyway, that was just a funny thing about Victor. I said, like, was saving Victor's legacy with this game, but this is what it took. It took, like, because I'm risking losing here, but the point was actually that it's not really a risk, because the alternative is I get a very passive position. He's going to play rook e7 next, and we saw that he understood that. He didn't worry about that, so that even gives more incentive. I mean, I would have done it anyway if he played quickly, but you know, I gained confidence from that, and then you see how much time I took. I just took it instantly. I didn't hesitate, and yeah, this is the position, and I'll just go through the next few moves quickly. D4, these are all fine. Everything he did was fine. I think the computer maybe says queen e8, but that's a very difficult move. I think e4 is a natural move. And he played rook d8, which I didn't really expect. Then I'm actually up on time. And what I want to show is that actually people aren't often expecting these things, and we saw with the previous game, and we'll see in the next game, how fast they collapse as soon as that material thing came into the picture. Like, it threw them off balance, and similarly here, he kind of just started making mistakes. But rook d8 was an interesting move, because actually he's offering me to play c5, and I actually just get the bishop for two pawns. And I think I should have done this. I miscalculated here. I thought he was going to play rook f1, g6, and then something like this could happen, or I guess queen b6, queen b5. But even here, I didn't like this position. But I could actually play knight e3. If I play knight e3, he can't take with the queen, he has to take with the rook. And I play here, and then I kind of like I reroute the bishop to c4, so it was pretty good. But I mean, a whole other topic is how to play with passed pawns. The further a pawn goes to the end of the board, it becomes stronger. So I actually valued my d6 pawn more than like the bishop. So I actually didn't want to give up I didn't want to give up that d6 pawn even if I got the bishop, because I felt that with low time, keeping the pawn on made his play more difficult, and I didn't think it was objectively that bad. I thought this would be kind of my best chance to win. I was still in that mindset of trying to win the game, whereas I felt that after c5, the position becomes pretty simplified, and he could maybe get a draw. So I thought this was pretty dangerous, but I'm taking a risk here. I think all of this was fine. Everything here was fine. Even this move might be okay. At some point he was supposed to play h5. But this is such a difficult move, right? Like, it's I guess the idea is I can't play here because rook d6, and it's bishop h5, and I guess rook d7. Maybe not here. Maybe not here, but no, maybe it was there. There's some variation that's very difficult to find over the board. So I think this is kind of pretty normal. I mean, bishop c5, this is what he's doing is pretty good. My queen sort of trapped. He's trying to swing the rook over, and or even rook to d6. So I have to, play pretty aggressively and dynamic. So I played rook d5. You see the time situation. We each have 1 minute, and it's very tense. All four games are happening. He played rook f6, so I can't take the checkmate. So I played, and these are all the only moves. I'll send the study after. You can look through it. Maybe I'll send it after tournament. I want to maybe do some edits, and I'll talk to Vlad and Zisha, and we'll get you the notes. But yeah, you can email me any questions about this game. It's very complicated. But these were all sort of the only moves, starting with like, everything here. I think it was playing basically the best moves. G3 is the best move. Now he made a big mistake. So he should just play rook check.
Yeah.
King H3. I think it was here. Maybe it's here that they played at H5. Yeah, something like this. And I think H5 draws. Yeah, I guess the point is they have some. Oh, this is the line. Like some rook H2 draw.
Perpetual?
Something. Yeah, it's a perpetual check. Yeah, it's a perpetual. Or yeah, I guess. Right, I don't know if this is. Sorry. It's something like this. It's not the main point. But you have to find some move, like some crazy computer move like H5, which I don't think, maybe I briefly thought about it, but like rook F2 is a natural move. You should have went for this. You went for bishop G1. The point is if I take, it's checkmate. So he went for rook check, King H3. Sorry, he didn't go for check. He should have went for this. He went for bishop G1. What's White's move here? King H3? King H3?
C5. No, C5 and you take the knight. No, C5.
C5 and then rook C1?
King H3 should lose, shouldn't it?
To what?
To Queen F2?
Yeah, probably that's pretty dangerous. King H3 is not. Yeah, I played C5. So the point is, he played rook. Did he play rook check? Or he didn't play rook C1. Okay, what's the move?
Maybe rook E8.
Rook E8 is not legal.
Rook E5 to play rook E8.
Yeah, rook E5. So I spent all that time to put the pawn on D7. I got to use it. So rook E5, and I'm actually winning by the way. After C5, White's winning. So we saw again, like from a very difficult looking position. Pretty soon after I sacrificed the exchange for nothing. I didn't get any pawn or anything. Just and also I didn't even take the bishop when I had the chance. When I had the chance to play C5, I just valued the D7, the pass pawn more. And now I'm actually just winning after C5. So I think what I wanted to say was actually he could play check, but it would just be a chance position to what happens in the game. So yeah, this is a chance position. I'm just winning. G6. He takes a rook. He takes queen check and queen to pawn. So if he takes, I'm picking up, and there's no more checks. He's gonna get checkmated. And yeah, I think here he resigned. He was not happy. He was a very good player, and I was very proud of this game. Like really, just about how bold I played. Because I mentioned sacrificing the Olympiad because, like I mentioned, it's a team event, so you can't play like recklessly. But you know, if you score points, people are gonna be happy. And I just thought I was playing like objectively good chess, but it happened to be dynamic and pretty.
He doesn't have the drawing mechanism this time, does he? After king there and then check with the rook.
Yeah, because I guess I have at least bishop d2.
Yeah, so it's different, right?
Yeah. And yeah, my queen is starting everything. Yeah. Any questions or? Yeah.
So what should I do in this effect? Play risky or win, or play for a draw?
Well, as white, as I mentioned, as white, you're expecting to put pressure. So as black, draws are always good results. Even if you're playing a low-rated player, draw is usually a good result. Although, like you have to watch what's happening in the situation. But like in Magic in Czech Republic, I can't even say a draw is a good result because if I drew, okay, we would have tied the match. But I think we only, yeah, we would have tied the match. But in some cases, you want to take a risk depending on what's happening. But generally, the draws as black is good, even if I'm playing a low-rated player. So, for example, in this match, we ended up winning 2-2. I was drawing 2-2. I felt like a win because I think we got very lucky on board. To Roger won like a very drawn queen ending, completely drawn. Although we got unlucky on board 4 because Nikolai wanted a piece as black. That was 4-3. So we were kind of unlucky, but yeah, generally the thing is if you win, if you score points, then that's what the team needs. It doesn't matter how you do it, but generally it's easier to draw than win. So in black, if you can draw games, that's good. But white, we're supposed to put pressure. All right, so last example is 9 to 7. Okay, so now we're very zero. But this one will be very quick. Last one will be very quick. Alright, so this is the last round. So before the last round, I had 5.5 out of 8. So I had won 3 games in a row. And I had a chance for a GM norm potentially if they played their strongest lineup and I beat their board 3. But what happened was they actually sat board 1, the board 3 played on board 2 with white. And I played a lower rated player than I was expecting, so my opponent's average rating was not good enough. Which sucked. I was very disappointed when the pairings came up. And they did that because the guy at board 3 that I wanted to play, he was having a very good Olympiad, like performing like 27 to 80, and he ended up getting a medal. I think maybe a bronze medal, because he won on board 2 against us. So that's why they did that. So I didn't get to play for GM norm, unfortunately. I don't have any GM norms, so we'll see if I can get any. But I realized, I should be professional, try to, not be emotional or, just play the best game anyway. Because, part of getting the GM title is I need a 2,500 rating, so winning the game still helps me with that. The other part of it was just kind of you want to punish them for not playing their strongest lineup because I think Norway didn't do that. Norway didn't play Magnus. And after that match, every country was playing their strongest lineup from Greece, Iran, Turkey, Slovenia. Everyone was playing their strongest lineup, so we got that full respect. And here it was really, I think they probably respected us, but they wanted to give their player a chance for a medal. But I still wanted to make sure that they didn't get to the team results and medal. So. By winning this game, I was the only win. We drew 2 boards and we lost on board 2, so we tied the match. And I'm very happy with that. And I was very happy to end the win. So this is the position. White to play. What are some possibilities?
Sorry, you were black here? Or
I was white.
You were white, okay.
Yeah.
H5?
Yeah, H5 is a pretty natural move. Queen D6.
D6?
FG.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not that. It's not exactly what we want.
Maybe D6 first.
D6
First, so that the bishop's on D6.
Yeah.
Maybe
Exactly.
H5.
Yeah, actually, that's exactly what I did. So, good. You're learning. Are you playing in a tournament?
Yeah.
Okay. Which section?
The above 2000.
Okay, so we might play. Okay.
Don't teach
make sure you don't sacrifice
don't teach him
material.
too much.
Pardon?
Don't teach him too much.
It's too late for that. He learned pretty fast. So that's exactly what I did, and I think everyone was shocked when I played. It's good. I was just talking about how much I like pass pawns, but the difference is this pass pawn doesn't really it's not going anywhere. D6 is fully blockaded, but this opposite color bishop position in the middle game, they're actually very dangerous for king safety because all of black's light squares are completely weak. And then similarly, my dark squares are weak. So these positions are very sharp, and often you can sacrifice material. But you said exactly. It's just put the bishop on d6 at the cost of the pawn and play h5. But it wasn't really all. I think people he was kind of thrown off because he lost the game in 2 moves. He played queen e7, which is a complete blunder.
Sorry, didn't you potentially have g6 right away because you can't take with the f pawn?
You can take with the h pawn though.
But is that can give you an h5?
I mean, it could, but it's not exactly
Not quite enough, right? Okay.
Yeah, it might not be that bad, but sorry.
That's the one thing I noticed that changed is he can no longer take with the f pawn.
But that's the point. So that's why you play h5 because then g6 gains in strength.
Right.
And so, for example, you play something like, I don't know, c3. No, c3 is the right hand. say. I mean, actually, what happened? Yeah, I guess. Okay, let's just say d4, and I say g6. Oh no, not g6. Actually, the point is h6. That was the idea. Because now that's another idea of bishop. Putting the bishop on.
So can he play e4 instead of b4? So he's got bishop f4 trying to, or bishop e5 or f. Yeah, bishop f4 check somehow.
Yeah, it's not a bad move.
Getting back.
H6.
Because you can't play queen takes.
Oh, yeah, but no, I mean, I actually like the idea because again, you're showing that you're not holding on to the pawn.
Correct.
You want to give the bishop more squares, which is exactly the right idea. He could have played a lot of moves. I mean, a few different moves for d8, d6, but he blundered for 7, double blunder, and then the game's already winning for white. So it kind of just goes to show, like. Bishop takes d6 is forced, and he just completely collapsed here. He got a couple of friends messaged me. One friend he said like I bamboozled him here, and I think that's kind of what happened. He just got very confused. Cause yeah, I think it's surprising. I don't think it's like a very obvious move. But yeah, I'm happy to play it. Play 27. Yeah, I'll just go through the winning line. This bishop g2 simple, and I don't know what he was expecting. Maybe he thought he could actually just no, it's not winning. Yeah, here the point is I have check, and then we made in 3.
Okay.
Right?
Rook h7.
Rook h7.
King h7. Queen h3. King d7. Queen h6 mate, right? Yeah. There's a forced checkmate in 3. So that again shows how dangerous these opposite colored bishop positions are. And then HG then. That's the point. Queen h3 and the bishop on d6 is hanging. He has to move the king, but I just take here. Just take here. Yeah.
What do you go c3 into the queen, sir?
E7, queen 7?
c3?
Here?
Yeah, the d.
Bishop d3?
Oh, just that.
Oh, but then F.
That's your g6.
G6, and then. Okay, check. I mean, this looks pretty dangerous, though. You have to probably take like this.
Yeah.
Rook
f7?
Yeah, rook f7, but I think I can even take here. I'm not thinking I can take here.
Yeah, you can.
That's what I wanted.
I mean, I don't know if it's that obvious.
Rook h7.
Yeah, I mean, I can probably even just go into better rook, I think.
Queen h6.
Start with bishop g6 and then take on d6 and then.
No, queen h6.
So you're saying queen g6? I thought there was
Queen h6 and then rook h1.
I thought rook h7. Oh wait, it's yeah, sorry, I'm hallucinating. Yeah, it's disappointing. Okay, yeah, so you can't do this. So he played
Puzzle rush.
That's what a kid like. Oh, by the way, I support Lead Chess over chess.com. So
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like just
we have
puzzle
here.
story.
Lead Chess is very good.
What's
Yeah.
the students instead of d7? What's the accurate best?
Oh yeah, sure. So the accurate move. I mean, it would say something like you can actually check. I think it's like something like queen c6. Because I guess you're taking out all those. You're attacking the rooks. You're taking out the bishop g2 ideas. I think even like simple moves like d8 would have been okay because if h5, sorry, h5 or d8. Yeah, what do I do?
It's got 32.
Oh, maybe queen d7. Trade, queen. Maybe you have to do this. Yeah, I think you have to watch out for stuff like this. Okay, good question. Yeah, so the threat of bishop g2 is I'm going to play bishop d4.
So that's what you can.
So he had 45 minutes. He spent 35 minutes here. I had 14 minutes. He had. So again, we see like. I mean, at this point he's lost. Whatever he does is over. but he didn't. Yeah, he just didn't sense danger. He actually had a very good defensive attempt, and it's not actually completely obvious how to win. Okay, I played bishop b4. Okay, now here, how would you continue with white? Yeah.
Rook h8.
Okay, rook h8, king. King g7.
Yeah, you can't. Oh, can't play
Queen h7.
Why not queen h3?
Queen h3 first, king g5. Yeah,
Maybe
queen.
queen h3 right
Oh,
now.
it's a check.
Yeah, so he'd take queen h3, queen takes g5 check.
What if you play differently? Queen g4.
So queen g4 is the move, and then king g7. Yeah, it's not exactly obvious.
Is it rook h7 then? King g7, rook h7.
Okay, rook h7, and then king g8. Is that double the rook? Okay, there, double the rook.
Isn't it just after you lose the queen?
Sorry, so after rook h7, I think. The point is. No, actually, yeah, the point is I can. After rook h8, I think I just take on h8.
If I played rook h7.
Sorry, so rook h8 check.
No, that was just, I said queen g4.
Queen g4, and I said king. Oh, and you think king g7, rook h.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
Can we go h5 to protect the pawn?
There's no way.
H, sorry, where?
Rookie go to
Yeah.
the h5.
No, exactly.
So yeah, this is the position I had in the game. What's the move you're saying?
Oh no, sorry.
Yeah.
No, what if you go
So
F1?
yeah, so one sec. Rook h8, king h8. So you were saying queen g4, king g7, rook h7. And then the reason why I want to move to pieces, this is the game. I can't, I have to come up with a position without moving. So queen g4, king g7, rook take. Yeah, I just take.
Queen h4.
King g8.
And I get a check on h6.
No, I take king g8.
Oh, king g8.
How about
Immediately
queen
rook
g4
h4.
right away to keep the
Rook
pawn projected? Hint at queen h4. Queen g4.
Yeah, king g4.
Queen g4.
With
King
hinting
g8,
at
rook h1.
queen You're hinting at queen h4, so queen g4 hinting at queen
Yeah,
g4.
that's what I said.
Oh, okay, sorry. Now I remember. Bishop. I think it's bishop a3.
If I ignore and go queen h4.
Bishop b2.
King d1.
And rook takes d1.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's kind of the trap that I have to, stuff like that. At bishop a3 is exactly what I have to watch out for. So I don't think rook h8 has to win. I think similar with rook h8. King h8, queen check,
He's not even looking at the back.
king g8. Wait, there's this didn't even work.
If you go look at finish queen g5.
Sorry, what was that?
You can't even go. I think rook h8 doesn't work.
Oh, sorry, I think the idea was after king h8, queen h3, and king g8, I play queen h6. With that threat of rook h1.
If you go f5,
But then they played f5 and bishop b5 check. Yeah, I'll show this on the board, but this is the variation I have to calculate, yeah? Queen f6 is not bad. Take. Then
And
bishop
then rook e8, rook e6, and takes the pawn. Oh, but then
but just bishop c5. Try to trade the rooks. And then, yeah. So you have to keep the rooks on, but then I play rook d6. And I think I'm okay. Sorry, does everyone see the variation? I'll play it over the board. So the point is, it's very tempting. Queen h3 and rook h8 are two candidate moves here. And rook h8, what I'm saying is it doesn't work because this was the idea. I was looking at this position. And the point is, rook h1 is coming next. If he plays f5, there's bishop d5 check. And then it's up like just queen rook h1. This is very tempting, right? When brilliantly like this. But the point is, yes, this is bishop a3. And then this is a variation. I actually saw this during the game, and I think that's what he spent 35 minutes calculating. He has this rook d1. And then he's actually winning here now. He's winning the game. Pardon?
So the correct move is.
Yeah, so I mean, that's how, he a very impressive trap. Like he spent all that time, and I think he came up with this. Oh yeah, sorry. So I went for this, and then this is the cardinal f4.
Oh, beauty.
Yeah, again.
Shiyam, incidentally, we were just wondering after all this time whether Mike's computer might happen to be a touchscreen and you can scroll it out.
Oh.
Well, just right from where you are, see if it.
Oh, you mean
With
a
your
monitor?
fingers, yeah.
But I think. Actually, yeah, you're right. That makes sense. No, it's not.
No, it's not okay. Just occurred to us the
My
one.
dad has that.
Yeah, so the point of F4 was that if I play King B1, he actually gets to he can run away. I mean, I can still play F. No, what? I can't play F4 here. Then he can take. No, right. Actually, the point is I can't waste a tempo on King B1. I need to play F. Because now if he takes the pawn, he gets checkmated. So the point is, if I play the natural King B1 again, not like thinking pawn F4 is not a move, then his king runs. But the thing is, I actually play F4 to bring F1. Yeah, I play Queen F4 to bring the queen there. Now this is actually what happened in the game.
And then Rook F1.
Yeah, I never get one. So I, pretty nice win last night with Olympia. And yeah, he was. He can resign. He plays.
He's still playing.
He's still playing. He's still playing. I remember I made a joke because that day usually the Olympiad rounds are at 3 p.m. But on the last round, in most chess tournaments, a lot of chess tournaments, they moved around to the morning, the horrible morning last round. So this was in the morning. So we knew that lunch at the hotel would end at a certain time.
Excuse me, can you come back a couple of
Yeah.
minutes? See that critical.
Sure.
Yeah, that chat. Yeah, chat.
Yeah. So this was very key. Where I'll show you the engine what it says. Oh, Queen G4 actually wins.
Yeah.
That's good to know. What does it say after Queen G4? So Queen G4. So I thought Bishop A3 was the move. You played the rook. I'm saying Rook D8.
So you take the rook first.
And then you have to add D1 square.
Oh, the rook still on H1. Rook D8. That was the move I missed. Okay, yeah, the Rook D8. Okay, I made Queen G4. Good enough.
And the thing is, when you play Queen H3 to mate or whatever, there's Rook D8 and Queen H8 mate.
Can I say that again?
So if you do that same line after exchanges, then Rook D1. Rook takes Queen A3, but you had Rook D8, and then you have Queen H8.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's check that. That's pretty hard. So Bishop A3.
Exchange for
D8.
And now Queen H4, Bishop takes.
Yeah, and then you're taking Rook
And now
D1.
Rook check, Rook takes.
Yeah.
And after Queen A3,
What?
then you-
Wait, this is crazy. This is insane. You have to calculate all of this, but okay, yeah, you're able to run. Yeah, you're able to
and the
run.
Rook's protected.
Yeah, okay, the bishop's there,
But if you do Queen A3, then there's Rook E8.
Yeah, that's an important point. Yeah. Rook E8.
And then Queen H8.
Yeah,
Or
apparently
Queen
C3,
H6.
or C3 even. But I guess the point is it's still the same thing. Yeah, you're right. So Rook D8 check is the point. Or sorry, did you say something else?
Or Queen H6, Rook D8 and then Queen H6, or Queen H8.
No, but you're saying after
Queen H3, then the Rook check.
Oh, you're saying
and then Queen H6 or Queen H8.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. So the point is this is actually checkmate. Okay. So if Queen H4 actually worked, maybe it was actually the simplest actually because for some reason I didn't even maybe. So what I wanted to say was actually there were 2 points I wanted to make towards the game. One was actually D6 is not the best move. It's up there. It wasn't necessary actually. Objectively, it wasn't the best move. But it wasn't worse. I don't think it was a bad move, and practically it was a very good idea. But actually, like what you said, H5 was actually the best. The national move was good. Queen D6.
C3 and it's
Just
not
play
dangerous?
Pardon?
It's like C3 is it not
For black?
or white? For white is it not dangerous? Like King B1?
Yeah. I mean, like it's tough.
No, King B1, black plays C3.
Oh no, here it's not dangerous. Well, the thing is now you give
Because
the
it
square
looks
for
scary.
yourself.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the point. The pawn C4 is doing that. So that one point I wanted to make was d6. It's not always a good idea to sacrifice material. There's been times where I've overestimated the power of sacrificing. And then actually we just saw again another example where I didn't actually have to sacrifice these 2 pawns. I could have just played very simply. Yeah, I mean, you guys, yeah, I guess I forgot about d8. But yeah, still what I did was winning. There's nothing wrong with what I did. Yeah, so he played on, and the joke I was going to say was because he played on, I didn't make it back in time to the hotel for lunch. So but it's okay, I would take the win over the lunch because they shut down the hotel after a certain time. But yeah, that's the end of the lecture. Thanks for sticking me through. Sorry for technical difficulties and everything. Yeah.
Hey guys, I just wanted to mention, Shiyam had mentioned that he'd been here in 2012 for the Canadian Junior, and I just Googled it. He became the youngest ever Canadian Junior champion.
Yeah, so that was 12. I actually finished 3rd. Wasn't my best tournament, but it was still, I still had, was still lucky for me because the first 2 players didn't go, and I ended up getting the free trip to Greece. And I scored my 3rd Iron Norm there, so that was good. And yeah, I'm hoping I do better this time, but you know, it's all about learning. And I learned this because I saw that I made mistakes with material, and then you know, I wanted to improve on that. And yeah, hopefully you're able to just think about material a bit differently after today. Thanks everyone. Good luck tomorrow. Thanks.